National Voters Day all over India. And last year, every year we have it in the hall. Okay. So this year we are having it in the classes. So we have a awareness. So can I address it in the classes? Now, why we celebrate this National Voters Day is awareness. You are going to be eligible for voting at the age of 18, right? So you have to know your rights, how to get eligible for voters. So we have a club here, National Voters Club here in the school, okay? Where you can enroll. You will be a form passing on in the classes. At the age of 18, you can enroll yourself and you get a right to vote. You get a election voters card, okay, which is issued from the Government of India, Election Commission of Government of India, right? Now, and it is very much required you have to be aware of what your voting rights.
Yes, sir.
You are at the age of 18, you have the rights to vote. Okay? Every person who is above 18 has a right to vote, and right is purely a right. Then you don't have to blame the thing happening in the surroundings. See, if you vote the wrong person and the development and all the blame it doesn't make sense. Okay? You are very much required to be aware of your rights. Do not be bound down to someone's pressure or canvassing and all that happening around. You have the vote of secrecy. You have to maintain. No one can force you to tell you who was there and all that. Okay? So, what is the requirement to be a voter? Very much required. They have a national voters. We have voters club here. You should be aware of your rights. What is required? See, your dad goes for a mom goes voting. You have seen. Okay? You will have the same rights. You will get that ID, voters election card issued from the Government of Election Commissioner of India. Get that card, and then you have the right to vote. Vote the right person. Don't vote the wrong person where he has a pay, he has a lot of money. The person, candidate should be the people's person. Okay, the candidate should be doing a lot of development work, good for the people, no destructions and all that. Usually what happens, we vote the wrong person and then we blame the person. That should not happen. It's a wrong democracy which is happening. People vote and then they blame. You have the right to vote the right person. Please vote the right person. Okay? Don't bow down to any of the things, promises given and all that. We seek his work, the candidate work, and then work and then vote for the right person. Now, to be an eligible voter, you have to have 18 years of age. Okay? They have a voters club here. A form will be passing in these classes where you have to fill your details, or you can go to one of the election commission office and get it done. Okay? Or you can contact a BLO, block level officer. BLO. Every taluka, every district of panchayat has a BLO. So you directly call them, they'll come to your place, take your ID card, take your other things, details, date of birth certificate, and they'll make the things ready for you. Okay? You get a card coming directly to your phone. Okay? Directly it comes. Now here, what are the things required to be voted? If the eligible voters qualified to go party for driving license, similarly, you have to give certain documents to register. One is your birth certificate, okay? Your dad's Aadhaar card or something like that, okay? And yeah, your birth certificate is verified or photograph. And then the process happens. You fill a form, all the details, okay, you get an ID card, and then you are able to vote. For 18 years of age, you can go to the, see, there are in the panchayat, you say the municipality or panchayat, okay? Depending on that, there is a two type of election. There is panchayat, the Zilla Parishad, and there is assembly election. Okay? Assembly is the center, right? So now, here, there are two types of ways of voting. One is a ballot vote, another one is a voting machine. Assembly election, usually they have a voting machine. There's a machine, no? And there's a display machine which is connected, and you just press a button and you can vote. The candidate things are there, you just have to press a button. Very easy. But there's a complication, so there's a chip inside. Okay? So people, then you will see there are a lot of things happening and people voted for one and voted. But so this is awareness is very required. I'll tell you about that machine. Because I was a presiding officer for 4 years. Government election. Now I was a presider, I'm not talking about, tell you the truth. I was in village areas going, I was conducting the elections. So I know the process very clear. What to do, how to do. I was a control in the entire election process. Okay? So 4 years I've been run on panchayat, assembly election as well as panchayat election. So now then the presiding election job, people are trained, they have been going through the training sessions, they know how, then they there are presiding officer, PO1, presiding officer 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 presiding officers are there. No, one presiding officer, 4 election officers. Okay? Therefore, first, when you go for election the first time, when you get a card, you have to go with a card, election card. Okay? Okay? And ID. Any ID. You can go with the election because that itself is an ID card. Okay? That itself is a photograph and you go there. You stand in a queue and when you enter there, they call the first presiding officer has a control of that guy. He sits in front. And all the POs are here. Behind the PO there is a agents. Why the agents kept? So that their agents, who candidates are there, those people are there. They're observing everything is fair inside. There is no bias or something election going on. Okay? So they are there just to prove that everything is going inside the compartment. Fine. There is no wrong thing going on, okay? And there are no cameras, nothing is allowed inside. You have to keep your cameras, mobile outside. And while coming for elections, 100 meters distance you can take your car. You have to keep your car 100 meters away and then start walking. It's very much required because on the way you should be freely thinking of whom I'm going to vote. It's a free vote. If you vote, should be made. You should not discuss, I'm going to vote this and I'm going to vote. You will be relaxed for that. Okay, there are rules. Regulations, if you tell inside the compartment, you will be penalized for secrecy. So there's a secrecy board. Always when you come for election, there's a malpractice board. Similarly, there also there's a board. You have to maintain that. Okay? People don't read it, but it's there. Because I know all the rules, I know all the things, what has to be there, everything. Okay? So I'm just making you all aware, because awareness is very much required. Okay? Now here, once you do that, when you go inside, the presiding observes, you see that everything goes fine inside the compartment. Officer 1, PO1, okay? He calls out the name. He takes your ID, you have to show the ID card to him, election card. And he has a mark copy with it. Officer 1 has a mark copy. Mark copy comes out, then comes from the department. Then original people's serial number, ward number, and the name. And the photograph is there. They verify your face, they check your ID card, and they know that a person who has come is the right person for voting. He is not another person or duplicate. Okay, they check on that. That job 1, presiding officer has a big role to play. He has to verify the authenticity of that person. Right? Once he checks, he gives to the next PO, he calls the name, okay, puts a line on that. That person is come here, can put a cross line. Okay, if it's a female, he puts a circle there around his name and the cross line both. Okay, and the next person puts a here they put an E. This side. Okay, on this left hand they put a E here, and he is given a ballot paper to vote. The names of them you will given a stamp. This is called ballot voting. You give a cross stamp where you go in the compartment and you vote. Right, and you put that. Fold it in a particular way. They give you a particular way, fold it in that because that ink can touch the other person. So be very careful while folding the ballot paper also. Okay, very careful. This awareness is very important. Okay, you fold. They give you a particular fold. You have to fold it in the same way. Otherwise, the ink can touch another person. Then the voting becomes null and void. It's cancelled. So only one stamp should be there. If you have multiple stamp, that is not counted. So be very careful with that, okay? You understand that? You go and put in that box, that's called ballot box. Okay, that box is called, you put in that box. Once you go through, and the compartment is hidden, there's a box, there's a cardboard there, and no one is able to see. It's hiding in the corner. So there's a corner. So that people are not seeing who we are voting. Okay? The secrecy of vote is maintained. That rule is there, not experiment. Okay? This is ballot. Same procedure as a voting machine. What happens? So the person, the viewer has a button. So you press, when you come, he calls out, you press, so the name goes to the machine. Display. Okay, you go in the third and put in also same procedure. And you go, you don't take any paper, there is no ballot. You go to that machine is already there. And there's machine is connected to display machine. Once you press, there's a name, no, and there's a button. You press the candidate, instead of voting, you press that. Once you press, after 7 seconds, no, the slip generates and comes down, and then is flashing on the display. That's very much required to be. People don't check it. People just vote and go. And then they blame, "Mane, you voted one, someone else is getting elected." So you have to see the display that you have voted the right person. Okay, clear? People will just escape it because the awareness is not there. Right? So if you see that and you know that you're very peace of mind, I voted the right person. And you go. This is the procedure we have. Is it very clear? Very clear? You should be aware when you go in the election next time, you should be aware this is the procedure which is. This is the ballot as well as vote. Clear? Now we are going to take the vote. This vote clearly says in everything what I explained. See, we the citizen of India having abiding faith in democracy. Okay? Hereby I pledge to uphold the democratic traditions of a country and the dignity of free, fair, peaceful elections, and to vote in every election fearlessly without any pressure and without being influenced by any considerations of religion, race, caste, community, language, or any inducements. Very clearly told. You shouldn't bow to any of the pressure. Your vote is your vote. No one can take your vote right. And every person should vote. Don't there's a duty anywhere you vote and vote. But it's your duty to vote. Okay? Don't lose your voting rights. You have to vote. Okay? I just want to pass on this message. Being 25th of this January, we celebrate this elections, National Election Voters Day, and it is my duty as an NSS program officer to pass on this awareness to you. I just wanted to, I do the other classes, but I got a chief guest for us. He is also BLO, block level officer, who is in the Talegaon constituency. He is the head, so I have got it right play time, so I got him here. So he will educate you all in the right way. I have already explained other classes about the rules. So I introduce Sir Agosto D'Souza.
Yesterday is the day we are celebrating National Voters Day. And what is National Voters Day? Because I'm a booth level officer. DLO is booth level officer. We are a government servant. We besides that we have an additional charge. We are supposed to do the purification of electoral roll. Now there is the electoral roll. So what purification of electoral roll? What work we do as a PLO? See, I'm looking for almost a bicycle section. There, as I'm looking into this, but besides that, additional charge is given to BLO. Now, what is the role of BLO? First of all, BLO is booth level. When there is the election time, we come to know what is booth level. This is like there is any institution, any government building can become a booth for election time. That is one like I'm a booth level officer for auxiliary high school. So that is there from so that Kerala area is particularly for me. So what happens when we work as a BLO? We reach out to the people. We work as a grassroots process. Like we reach to the like us that this. So first there were like forms, like form 6, form 8, form 7. There are three types of forms. First there was form 80 also. Now we have clubbed it to form 8 only. So what happens in form 6 is a new voter. You eligible, you are completed 18 years. So you are entitled, then you have to contact the PLO. Now, also there is a provision on NVSP. There is a website like www.nvsp. And we have a voters helpline app. Also we have, as a PLO, we have Lula app. So that on that we put form 6, form 8 and form 7. Now what is form 6? Form 6 is generally a new person. You have completed 18 years. And what documents are required for form 6? You have to have one photo ID proof, one passport size photo, one address proof. It can be electricity, water, telephone bill. Okay. Also, you have to have reference like EPIC card number, like your family member, your father, mother, relatives. That EPIC number is added there for this reference. So that is part. Now what happens? You can also do it on online. Form 8A is all about correction. You know, correction, somebody wants to change the address, somebody wants to change the any name details. So in correction part, what we particularly like, suppose you want to change your name, there is a correction in name. So what we ask is your photo ID proof, like it can be a photo ID proof, ID proof, birth certificate is a document, plus driving license is a document, then also passport also. So that you can, attach it. So this is for address proof, for address proof, and this address proof we can take like driving license, that can be. So basically, the forms 8 is all about corrections. And also now they have added form 8A. So that also profit, that form 8A has come in form 8. So that we do. Also in form 7. Now form 7 is very crucial thing. Somebody died in a family. Still their name will play an electoral role. It is as a citizen of India, it is your right. Like that person is died, and you have to contact your BLO, and then the name with the help of that certificate, the person like family relative in the ward, family neighbor, they come together, they put objection that this person is no more, this person is died, the form has to be deleted. So that you can do in form 7. Supposing what happens, like you change Goa to Maharashtra, you go to Goa to Maharashtra. So what happens, you apply there as a shifting, migration. So what happens, like deletion request goes from Goa to Maharashtra. Now most of the cases what happens, like we just travel, we don't bother about voting card. A voting card address, everything remains here. So you have voting card here also and there also. That is the issue. So what happens, like as soon as you are shifting your constituency, even in constituency part wise, that is okay in same constituency. But other than Talika, we go to Santa Cruz constituency. Our constituency is Talika constituency. We go to Santa Cruz Panjim constituency, or out of Goa. Then you should make a point to go and when you are filling the form 6, that time you have to shift the migration. That option is there. You are supposed to take that and fill the form. And what happens is a deletion request goes to the Goa constituency, and then the new card you get in Maharashtra. So that you have to take. Otherwise, what happens? For us, it becomes very difficult for the beauties when it comes the time for purification of electoral roll. When I say purification of electoral roll, means see, supposing someone gets married, that person comes from stays in Santa Cruz. From Santa Cruz, somebody is coming in Talika constituency. So what happens that due to change marriage, the address is changed. So you want to do where your spouse, your husband is there, their address. On that address you want to do voting. So same thing is shifting. You have to say due to migration, and then the address is changed. So that is one. You become 18 years now. This after me, you all are maybe 16 or 17. So very soon you all are going to become 18. Then you have to contact BLO. Either BLO will give the form and you will do this, or else you all can do. Now you all are educated, everybody are well versed with smartphone. So smartphone also, if you go on NBSP, www.nbsp.in, you can go on that site. We can go and get the feel like form 6 is there, form 8 is there, form 7 is there. So as for even your parents, you can do correction. That is what this is voters helpline app also is there. So that is very simple. Just OTP comes, authentication, and that. So anybody can do that. Now there is more, online. Since online has come, our pressure has little reduced. So we also have another app. Directly we can do the verification on mobile, going that way. So a lot of things are happening.
We, the citizens of India, having abiding faith, in democracy, hereby pledge to uphold the democratic tradition of our country and the dignity of